Hi guys, welcome back. Right, the last time I did a video, I did the Apogee 2-step protein treatment. As you know, I experienced a lot of breakage and a lot of dryness as following that treatment, despite the fact that I had subsequently done a number of moisturizing conditioning treatments, sometimes leaving the conditioner on overnight, sometimes leaving it on for about 4 or 5 hours, and then washing it out, moisturizing my hair, and then cornrowing it, still experiencing quite a lot of dryness. So what I've decided to do is to go back and look at the things that worked for my hair, and the things that did work for my hair were the S-Curl, the curl activator. I don't know why, actually the reason I stopped using that was because it ran out, and then I went to the store, the beauty store, to get some more. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and I ended up buying the Carefree Curl Activator. I meant to buy Carefree Curl Instant Moisturizer with glycerin and protein. Carefree is not the same as that. Okay? Now I should have realised, well in fact I think I realised once I bought it, well immediately after I bought it, but obviously once you bought it you can't take it back. Well, they certainly won't accept it back. So anyway, the difference really is that this, the Curl Free Activator, has, it's kind of like a white sort of consistency, yeah? And then the Curl Free Activator has a spray cap. That should have told me that I picked up the wrong one, but because I actually bought the Curl Free, the Carefree Curl, almost without really thinking, I couldn't remember when I went back to the store to get the very same thing. So anyway, you will know the difference because one has a cap, and you know it's a very sort of light, almost transparent consistency. Yeah, so I mean it should be obvious which is which. If it has a spray cap, then that's the one that you need. If it doesn't, then, well, you picked up the wrong one, as far as I would be able to advise you. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using. Now what I didn't like about this, and probably the reason why I then couldn't remember which one I bought, was because I transferred the contents of this into a spray bottle, because this spray cap is absolutely rubbish. It is absolutely rubbish, and it takes you ages to get any product out, so I transferred it into a spray bottle, and as a result that's why I couldn't remember to get the right one. Anyway, so I'm going to be using that. I have actually moisturised my hair. It's feeling moisturised, but probably not as moisturised as it could do. I have right now, well what I did just this afternoon was to spray my hair with a mixture of the Curl Activator, which I transferred into a spray bottle, mixed in with extra virgin olive oil, vitamin E oil and some water to try and replicate the consistency of the Curl Free Curl Instant Moisturizer. And in many ways I haven't replicated the consistency, but what I have done is created something that's a bit more moisturising. In addition to that, I have discovered something that I really liked, and I don't know why I didn't continue using this. It's probably because I'm a bit of a product junkie, and once I've tried something I decide, you know what, I want to try something different, instead of sticking with one thing until you know the container is finished and then getting some more. But this mango butter is absolutely great because my hair is feeling much more moisturised. So I've decided I'm going to purchase some more of this. I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through this, so I need to buy some more. I would like to recommend Shea Butter Cottage. This is a website which is, you know, it's owned by a Ghanaian lady who, you know, I haven't met her, I don't know her, but the only reason I know her is because the company I used to work for, a construction company, was very big in Ghana. And when I asked for my order, when I made my initial order, and I had it delivered to my workplace, and obviously the owner saw the address, you know, she sent me a little note to say, oh, you know, I used to know that company, you know, they're very big in Ghana, and I hope you enjoy your products. And ever since then I was like, oh, I didn't know you were Ghanaian. Hey girl, what's up? You know, so I want to give a shout out and, you know, try and, you know, recommend shearbuttercottage.co.uk to you. You know, I'm not being endorsed, I am not getting any payment for this, but I just think it's really quite important to try and purchase from other black female entrepreneurs, and I you know, I would like to support her and any others in the best way that I can. One thing I will say is that the stuff is not exactly cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for this because I paid for it a long time ago, but I don't think it's that cheap. I haven't bothered to do my research on the internet to see whether it's any cheaper, so don't come to me and say, you know, why are you recommending this if it's so expensive. I really, all I'm saying is I just want to support another black business, and especially a Ghanaian business, so there you go. Alright, so that's that, after my disclaimer. Right, so I have today also not deep conditioned, I haven't done any deep conditioning treatments today, but what I have done is trimmed my hair. I've trimmed and I've cut off the previously relaxed, bone straight relaxed ends, and that, when I measured, was about just under 2 inches in some places. In some places it was just 1 inch, the other places it was 2. So I've chopped that off, and hopefully I'm now starting with fairly good blunt ends. One thing I want to say is that when people are going to cut their hair, it's very important that you purchase a pair of scissors that are you know, not damaged. So look along the edge of the scissors to make sure that you've got scissors that are, you know, very sharp, and you know, you can't see any damage to them, because if you try and cut your hair with scissors that are blunt or damaged in any way, all you're doing yourself a disservice by cutting your hair that way, because you're just leaving frayed and damaged ends through cutting. And then, you know, all of that will happen is that the split will go all the way up the hair shaft, and you don't want that. So anyway, so I've chopped the relaxed ends off, and then I also gave myself a trim around the back area where my previously fully natural hair was when I was growing it out. So I've cut off about 1/4 of an inch there, and hopefully now I can start again with some fairly moisturised hair. The remainder of my hair I have measured. So after I cut, I measured, and essentially I haven't made any progress since the end of December. When I measured at the end of December, I had about 5.5 inches here, 5.5 inches here, about 5.5 inches here in the middle, and, you know, roughly around just under 5 inches on the side here. When I measured, and I've measured it again, and I'm practically in the same place that I was back in December, so it's almost like my hair hasn't grown, although I have been experiencing a lot of breakage. So I know my hair has been growing, because since I've been Texlaxed I can obviously feel new growth coming through, but you know, in actual fact, thinking about it, yeah, I Texlaxed my hair in November 19th or 22nd, something like that, and we're now in March. It's now the 4th of March, and actually I can't feel that much new growth for what is in essentially November, December, January, about 2.5 months worth of growth. I can't really feel that much new growth, and I'm not even sure if you can see, if I come closer to the camera, whether you can even see the new growth. You know, so I think in terms of hair growth, I think I've stagnated. I'm looking back to the things that may be causing that stagnation of growth. I can't really think of what it could be, but I'm going to try and resolve those issues. Now, the other thing I wanted to just quickly touch on was my crown area. The crown area of my hair is very, very dry. It is prone to breakage. The hairs are a lot thicker, but they break a lot easier. I don't know why. It's always been like that. Even when I had natural hair, that part of my hair, I would be lucky if I got it past 5 inches. And at the moment I'm around 5 inches, maybe 4 inches and 3/4, something like that, but never really been able to get it past 6 inches. So my challenge to myself is to look after the crown area of my hair very, very well. Another part of my hair that I struggle with is the back part. The hair there tends to be a lot dense, lacking in density, and as a result, when I straighten my hair, I don't get a fully blunt look to the back there, because it's so there's just not a lot of hair there. It's quite sparse in many ways. So yeah, that's another area that I'm going to try and baby. The hair there though is actually very soft. It's a lot softer hair back there. If you can see, you probably can't see it that well, but if you can, anyway. So it tends to be quite lacking in density. So that's another area that I'm going to try and work on. I'm also going to try to look for ways to look after my hair that don't involve a lot of manipulation. So I'm going to try and do some protective styling. I don't really want to be wearing a wig. I don't mind them, but the reason is it's now coming up to summer. You know, the weather's quite warm. Well, it's not warm now, but it's going to get warmer, and I really don't want to be wearing a wig throughout summer like I did last year. So I want to find a way of looking after my hair that doesn't involve all that jazz. So we will see how we get on, but that's just a quick update on my hair, and hopefully I'll see you for the next video with well, possibly some positive things to say about my hair growth, and hopefully my growth and reduction in breakage. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.